Hello fellow doodlers! Anyone here play Stardew Valley? If you do, you are instantly my friend. I'm drawing Shane, Pelican Town's resident chicken man. No matter how many times I do a playthrough, I always go for him. If drawing Elliot in a previous video didn't give it away, I did try to go for a new bachelor, but I crumbled yet again when Shane's 8-heart cutscene came across my screen. I always find other people who go for Shane's stories fun to read, since most players hate his guts during their first playthrough. I myself went after him to bug my siblings who hated his guts. Now look at me. Anyways, fun fact, I started this piece twice before making this final one. I was going through a really bad I hate my art phase. I would finish blocking in the colors, then just not know what to do after that. I'm a self-taught artist, and I learned completely through the internet and random library books. Digital art came really hard for me because of all the possibilities you have. And I have the habit of getting overwhelmed before even starting a project. I've come a long way from where I first started, but that doesn't mean I don't have these problems still. Rendering was what was getting me overwhelmed this time. I was getting really stressed out because I couldn't figure out what exactly I wanted. I think this has something to do with the not having a goal in mind. I don't have an artist that I look up to enough to want to draw like them, so I'm pretty lost in the art world. I was talking to my dad one night, and whenever I talk with my dad, our conversations go all over the place. Eventually, we got around to talking about things that hold people back from success. This was after I had already started this piece 3 freaking times. Dropped them all. I have no clue how he got to this topic, but I do remember most of what he said about it. He brought up a video he'd seen about this very topic and listed off the things that he'd learned. I don't remember the other things. What I got from this conversation was perfectionism was on that list. Both my dad and I are perfectionists, so this hit home to both of us. My dad explained his thoughts on perfectionism, and we both realized it does indeed hold people back from success, because it keeps you from moving on. Moving on is how you improve. You start a new project and you learn something. You start another and you improve upon that thing you learned and maybe even learn something else. I'm the kind of person who, if I don't see improvement, I get demotivated and stop working. It's why my friend is beating me at our subscriber bet. You'll probably find out more about that soon. He works regularly and has learned to push through the burnout, if he ever even freaking gets it. Me? No. I'm sitting on my couch trying to perfect something before I can move on. While I understood what my dad was saying, I still didn't know how to put it into practice. It's easier to say, stop being a perfectionism, than to actually stop. Since I was still super demotivated, I was watching YouTube one day, and I don't really remember, I think I was watching a compilation of something, probably Ninja Turtles. But the audio of one really stood out to me, and I was like, I need to make my own version of this right now. That was the birth of this short. I finished it surprisingly quickly. I was also super happy with it. So happy I even colored the last 2 frames. Remember how I said rendering was what I was struggling with? Yeah, that comes into play here. In my head, as I colored, I told myself, it doesn't have to be great or anything, it's just a short. At this point, I don't even know what in my head clicked. Maybe, I just need to finish this and move on. Why am I so stressed about making a perfect picture? Nobody cares. Something like that. With that mindset adopted, I deleted some work on the 3rd attempt and finished it. I figured out some stuff and learned some other stuff. I might make a video on rendering or process now that I finally got it. Not sure yet. I posted the piece to Tumblr as fast as I could before I started seeing the flaws. And hey, I know there are flaws in it, but like I said before, people don't care. Especially if it's someone they recognize. Shane fans liked the picture, flaws and all. Here's my thought process in a few sentences. If I don't finish this picture, I can't start another one. If I don't start another one, I'll lose motivation. If I lose motivation, I get depressed, and being depressed sucks. Here, have some negative optimism. No one cares. I mean, my friend MJ Llama made a Michael Jackson parody about a bean. Do you think they were worried about perfectionism when they posted that? Probably not. Did I still like the video and leave a comment? Yes, because that video was absolutely hilarious. And it made my day, it was very funny. The most someone can do is leave a mean comment or dislike a video. So what? If someone loves your work, they're going to love it, flaws and all. No need to please the masses, except for Twitter, but we don't do that here. So thank you to everyone who watched my videos regardless of the mistakes I make, I really do appreciate you. Okay, I'm done talking now. Enjoy some music that I randomly picked. You know, I like it. It's not that bad. I'm also just glad to be done with it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like or a comment because YouTube likes that stuff. I also really like hearing from you guys. It's fun hearing others' thoughts. I hope you always have the motivation you need to keep growing. Bye!